Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. So this script is read from the bottom and going counterclockwise. The reading order is bottom counterclockwise, and it can spiral inwards, so from outer to in. And in this design, because we have a bunch of different phrases, I actually have them ordered bottom to top, because that matches the reading order of the word circle. And also to help show that, I have this little start marker here, this bigger one at the bottom, and then when these phrases overlap, I have another start marker here to show that you read this first before this. So our reading order would be this one, around, this guy around, around, and then spiraling in. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move. So this is what the quote says: wise enough to know, brave enough to be, wild enough to change, while somehow staying altogether true. And I'm going to order them as to put them next to the circles that actually say what they say. So this circle here is wild enough to change. This circle here is brave enough to be. This circle here is wise enough to know. And this circle here is wild altogether staying true. And in this design for the layout, I have the main word so this word, the one here, word here, word here. I did enough the same way for all of them. And then 2 I did a little bit differently, and then the third word there. Well, fourth word, I guess, because the 2 is a word. Anyway, let's go ahead and just start reading this. So I'm going to zoom in here just so we can see a little bit more detail. So we start this word at the bottom with this shallow divot, like somebody took a bite out of a cookie. And this shallow divot has 2 lines ending on it. So that makes it in the column with 2 lines. So that makes it a W. Then we continue around and we have this I. It has a line going inwards towards the middle of the word circle. So like this green line going towards the middle of the word circle, that makes it an I. Then we have this shallow divot, just like the W, but it has 1, 2, 3 lines. All 3 of these little skinny lines there make 3 lines, so that would be an S. And then we have an E. It's like the I, but with no modifiers, so no lines coming off of the E like there is for I and U. So we have W-I-S-E, wise. And then we have enough, E, on the line of the word circle. N has 1 line coming from it, and it's in this row. So a completed circle, just like this is a completed circle inside a word circle. And this is not done in a typical word circle fashion. It is done as a line that becomes kind of like a circle. And I wanted to kind of visually show the poem, and that we have like wise enough, brave enough, wild enough, kind of as one idea. And then we have the to be, to change, to know, kind of as a separate thing, all together in one circle. So lots of layering, some kind of creative sentence structure here. But anyway, we have the E, N, O, U with a line going outwards. Oh yeah, and O is inside the word circle. U, line going outwards, and a G is a deep divot in this letter stem here. Deep divot with 1 line is a G and 2 lines is an H. So this line here goes inwards. Well, it doesn't really matter which direction it goes, but it goes this way and connects up to the H, which has another line sticking out here. So we have 2 lines on the H and 1 line on the G, just like this one. This is slightly different because I have this line going this way for the G, and then this line going this way for the H. So I kind of split it up to kind of make this ring here and have some places for this to land. So anyway, other than that, the word enough is done the same for everything, so I won't go through that again. And then 2 has a shallow divot, like a bite taken out of a cookie. So there's the shallow divot on each of these 2's. And then a little circle inside the word circle, or attached like a bead on a string to the T stem. So there's the T-O. T-O are stacked in that one, and then T-O. And then our last word for this one, we have a circle inside our word circle. So like this, so we're in this row, and there are 1, 2 dots on it. So that would be a K. And then we have an N here with 1 line on it, just like that N, and an O attached to it like a bead on a string, just like the O in this 2. And then a W, shallow divot, with 2 lines. 1, 2 lines, so there's the no there. And then I have a period. Periods are these open circles. Let me just go over to my punctuation. This period is on the line of our sentence circle, which is the thing going around each of these sentences. So there's the period there. So we have wise, enough to know, period. And then we have brave, deep divot. So here we have the deep divot, no modifiers, 3 dots on the R, which is a shallow divot. A outside our word circle, so like that. Shallow divot with 1 line for the V, and then an E on the line of the word circle. So brave, enough, 2, and then we have a deep divot, so like this, with no modifiers, making it a B, and then an E on the line of our word circle, and then a period, so brave, enough, to B. And then we have another shallow divot with 2 lines on it, making it a W, just like this W here. I, line going inwards, just like that I there. And then we have 1, 2, 3 dots on the L. And 1, 2, 3 dots on the D, which is a deep divot. So W-I-L-D, enough, 2. And then we have this deep divot with 1, 2 dots. So that would be a CH. A outside the word circle, 1, 2, 3 lines attached to this circle, and it's on the line of our word circle, so that makes it an NG with 3 lines, and then an E on the line of the word circle, so wild enough to change, and here's the period there. And then we have this sentence, so I have the words kind of split up by this line, this is split here, this and this. So I don't have a typical space between each word, I just have the sort of divots of the sentence kind of breaking them apart. You could read this as all one run-on sort of word that just gets longer and longer, but I do have lines passing through where the spaces between the words are to show the spaces between the words. So here's our start, and we have this deep divot, like this, and there are 2 lines attached to it, making it a W. And those 2 lines kind of curve back and become 1 line because lines count where they end on a letter stem. So we have a line attaching there and a line attaching there, so that would be a W. And then we have this deep divot with 1, 2 lines attached to it, so that would be an H. I, line going inwards for the I in while. And then we have 1, 2, 3 dots on this L. And then we have an E at the end of this word. And then here's our little gap between our words. Another, so this is another shallow divot, and it starts the same as this W, but it has a 3rd line coming out this way, so that makes it an S. And then an O inside our word circle. 1, 2, 3 lines attached to the M. And then an E inside the M. And then we have a deep divot with 1, 2 lines, making it an H. Then we have an O attached to the H like a bead on a string. And then another W with 1, 2 lines on it, just like this W. And then we have another S, 1, 2, 3 lines, just like this 1, 2, 3 line S. Then we have a T, shallow divot with nothing on it. It's one of these blank letter stems. A outside our word circle. Then we have this circle on the line of the word circle. And even though these dots are kind of far away from the Y, there's no other letter it's remotely close to, so they go with that Y, which has 2 dots. And then we have an I, line going inwards, and an NG with 1, 2, 3 lines attached to it, just like this NG with 1, 2, 3 lines attached to it. So there we have staying. Here's another A outside our word circle, 1, 2, 3 dots on the L, just like this L here. And then a T, shallow divot, no modifiers. And then it looks like we go straight to this one, but actually there's a little O kind of sneaky in here. It is positioned earlier than the B, and it's not attached to the B. So I just wanted to make that nice little line shape. So I kind of made it off in the middle here, but there's the O. And then we have a G, E inside the G, TH, E, R. So A-L-T-O-G-E-T-H-E-R, so all together. In our last word, we have a shallow divot with no modifier, so that's another T, just like this T and all together. And then we have an R, shallow divot with 3 dots, just like this R and all together. A U, line going outwards, and then an E, so T-R-U-E. So, while somehow staying all together true. And then this is a big period at the end of this sentence. So yeah. That is that design, and I'm really happy with how it looks, and I'm imagining it, so for your back tattoo, to have this be kind of like up at the base of like your neck, like where people sometimes have those dream catcher tattoos, and then this kind of goes down like on the back side of your ribs, like down, like just down right along your spine in the back. I think that would look really, really cool. So yeah, that's that design. I hope you like it. I like it a lot too. Bye.